Wow! Yeah! Tier 2016. I got a ring in my ear. Talking about the running backs and tiers and rankings. But Dustin, first, talk about where you can get some bling.
Thank you to Fantasy Jocks for
This is baller.
our preseason videos. They sent us a little care package to show you all some of the stuff that you can get. It's really cool stuff. You can get rings, really cool loser prizes, belts, trophies. They got draft kits that you can get that has all the player names and everything you put up if you have a big draft party. Check out Fantasy Jocks. They got a lot of cool stuff on.
And they're legit. All right, tier 1, our number 1 overall running back is Bell for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know he gets banged up a lot, but when this guy's healthy, he's ridiculous. He's coming into the year at 100%. At number 2, we got Adrian Peterson. And I've seen him kind of slipping down some draft boards. All he did last year was play 16 games, almost had 1,500 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns. Oh, and he caught 30 balls last year. This guy is just unreal. Draft him with confidence.
Tier 2, I want to talk about the first two guys. David Johnson. We had some heated debates on him in our rankings. There's just that little bit of doubt of Chris Johnson doing what he did at the beginning of last year, and the coaching staff maybe leaning a little bit more towards the veteran. But David Johnson's amazing. We still have him ranked at number 4. We just moved him out of tier 1. And then Ezekiel Elliott. You're going to see this guy ranked all over the place, and for good reason. He landed in probably the best situation he could have landed in. He should be a first-round pick in our opinion, right towards the end, maybe early second, but the upside is definitely there for him.
All right, tier 3, going to talk about Lamar Miller. New home there with the Texans. And the problem with Miller was always the volume of touches, right? It always seemed like he got 13 touches in the first half for the Fins and then 2 in the second half. They say they're going to lean on him quite a bit. Miller he has a ton of upside, could have a big year. Next, I'm going to talk about Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram finally showed what his potential was, played very well in the Saints. He did get hurt, but he's coming back. He's going to be fine. And the one thing about Ingram that's often underlooked, he had 50 catches last year.
Crazy.
So PPR, you can bump up Mark Ingram, which is crazy to think.
A couple of youngsters in tier 4 I want to talk about. Thomas Rawls. This guy came on last year, played amazing. Lynch is out of the way. We'd have him ranked even higher if it weren't for some injury concerns, so keep an eye on that during the preseason. And the last guy in this tier, Jeremy Langford. This is the ultimate kind of early middle round wild card guy for us. If they utilize him and use him as an every down back, he could be huge, but they got the rookie out there, Howard, who could definitely sneak in on some of his touches. So another one to monitor, but we still like Langford's upside overall.
Tier 5, I'm going to talk about Matt Forte, who left to make room for the guys Dustin was just talking about. He is now on the Jets, and why is he not higher? A, he's a little bit older, and B, Powell's still there, and they're going to split. I think it's going to be close to a 50-50 timeshare, so just keep that in mind. You're not getting Forte from 3 years ago when drafting him. Next is Ryan Matthews. Again, he's getting some options or more touches because DeMarco Murray demanded to get out of town. They didn't really get anybody in the draft. Ryan Matthews should be the starter. Can he stay healthy? We'll see.
Can he stay healthy? We will see. Tier 6 is Dion Lewis. Oh, I love this guy.
He does.
I literally shed a tear.
He's silly good, though.
When he got hurt last year, I was so upset. But he is going to be utilized in that offense. They are going to look at him early and often. He will be a little bit inconsistent, but Dion Lewis is an exciting pick, especially in PPR leagues. And another guy in that same PPR league spectrum, Gio Bernard. He's not going to find the end zone much, so you got to consider that. Consider your league settings when thinking about drafting him. But over 1,200 total yards for him last year. The Bengals are going to get the ball in his hands. He might even line up at wide receiver some. He's going to be electric again this year.
All right, tier 7. I'm so excited for football. Tier 7, we got Duke Johnson. And the thing about Duke is you heard a lot of hype last year about how talented he was. You're hearing all this hype again in the offseason about how talented he is. RG3 is not good at reading, and he loves to check down. Duke Johnson's going to be the guy he's throwing to. He's going to be a sneaky, great PPR option. A lot of PPR leagues, he's going to be on Namco's team.
He's good.
He is.
Another guy who's good that we really like in Tier 8, Josh Ferguson. Watch his highlight reel and tell me it's not Dion Lewis. He looks like Dion Lewis. He's only got Frank Gore in front of him. If Gore goes down, I don't really know if they utilize him as an every down back. We'll see, but I do think he will be involved from day one, and I think he'll be another guy that's definitely a little bit higher up in PPR leagues.
Tier 9, I do want to talk about Howard of the Chicago Bears. Dustin alluded to earlier, he might get some touches because how much is Langford going to get is really a mystery at this point. But this guy is 6 foot, 230 pounds. He's going to be a bruiser, probably going to at least steal goal lines from Langford with upside as well. So he's a great late round kind of stash guy.
DAndre Washington, someone I want to talk about in tier 10 out there in Oakland. Here's the thing, the reports on Murray haven't been all that great. I mean, he had a decent year, but the coaching staff was not necessarily thinking that he did have all that good of a year in terms of actual football. Washington, we're not totally in love with him, but we do like his situation as a guy that could end up carving a role pretty much right out of the gate.
As we move into tier 11, I'm just going to talk about James Starks. And there's a lot of question marks coming into this year again with Eddie Lacy. But to me, Starks is a must handcuff. If you're going to get Lacy, you're going to have to take Starks as well. So just keep that in mind. Late round picks, I'm all about doing the handcuffs.
So in tier 11 and 12, there's a lot of handcuffs in there. There's a lot of high upside guys where if the every down guy gets hurt, they would have value. But one guy you definitely can't forget about is Theo Riddick. He had 80 catches last year. I mean, he's not going to be an every down back, but in PPR leagues, he's that perfect kind of RB4 or so that can help you get through bye weeks. He's not going to have many, goose egg weeks. He's going to be consistently between 5 and 12 points, just nothing really super crazy. But don't forget about those guys like that. So one other thing real quick, get on thirdnout.com if you like these sweet t-shirts. We're also running a photo contest this year on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, first of all. Hashtag FST photo contest. We want pictures of anything to do that's cool about your league. If you have cool trophies, cool loser prizes, if you do something cool on draft day, anything, get it on there. We're going to pick 5 finalists. We're running this through August. You'll get a shirt, and then we're going to have a grand prize. We haven't determined that yet, but it'll be cool.
It will be cool.
It will be cool.
You said cool like 400 times.
Draft. Ooh,
boom!
That was a good one.
Boom, boom, boom.
Draft guide. Get onto our website. Get the draft guide. It's cool.
It's cool. It's so cool, dude.
I said cool like 5 times.
Maybe
7 times.
We'll
Cool.
see.